Paris,
Hello and welcome to the very first mini photo tutorial from Paris Set Me Free. You can see the photo in more detail if you go to the blog parissetmefree.blogspot.com and look for July 2008. So I started off, I was on a photo tour with two clients, a lady and her daughter. We were in what I thought was Passage Vivienne, and it's funny because the lady was called Vivienne. And in fact I was wrong, we were just next to it. We were in Passage Colbert, and we walked to the end to see a statue. I turned left and I saw this great scene. I took more than 4 photos, but I'm going to show you these are the photos I ended up with to choose the best one. Now have a look. This one up here on the top left is there's two different characteristics to distinguish it from the others. It's much brighter and it's also fuzzy. That's the one I took as I turned the corner because number one rule when you see an interesting shot, take the shot, because maybe the guy's gonna go and have his lunch and you've lost it. So I did that, then he was still there, so I took the next one here, took this one, and these other 3 were setting the settings on the camera to try and take the light into account. Guess which one I chose in the end? You're right. Maybe you're right. The first one. Okay, let's have a look at that in more detail. Right, this is the very first shot I took as I was walking past, and I thought, wow, great, there's a guy painting, there's a gorgeous window with the light coming through it, he's doing something interesting, he's a workman, not a tourist. I took the shot, bam! This is how it turned out. Then I had a bit of a think, I waited, and he didn't disappear, so I took another shot, having changed a few things, making it darker so that the edges of the window were more silhouette-y, and the green behind it more saturated, and also I changed the shutter speed probably so that and I wasn't in such a rush, so I was able to compose it better and to make it sharper is what I'm trying to say. The one I took after that was here. Now look at the difference. There's not much difference here. This one's even sharper, which is good. I must have put maybe I put the ISO up to 1600 or something like that. And look at the difference between this one and the last one. What would you say the main difference is? This one and this one. Well, actually there's quite a lot of differences, come to think of it. This one and this one. Basically the main difference, apart from the sharpness, where it's better here, is the angle of his arm, what he's doing. And he's painting, and if someone's doing something and it's their job, you need to show as clearly as possible how they do their job and the tools that they use while they're doing it. And here it's a paintbrush. So can you see the paintbrush here? Yes, you can. And have a look at the other one, the one before. You can't see the paintbrush as clearly, but that's kind of because it's more blurred. But having said that, it's his arm as well. He had to have his arm up. If he had his arm down, there's no point at all in taking this shot because it doesn't say anything. It's just a guy standing on a ladder. You don't know why. So out of those last 2, this one is gone, and this one, no, not this one, hang on, this one, no, hang on, that's the one that has gone. This one stays. Right, the one I took after that was this. Okay, now I don't think it's as good as the one we had before. The angle of his arm isn't as dynamic, he's not twisting around as much, which shows some of the effort that you need to do his job. So my final choice was between, if I get it right, between this one and this one. Both are very acceptable as far as I'm concerned. Which one did I choose? Well, here's the final result. Can you guess? And as you can see by these stripy bits here, the picture that I chose to work on was this one. It may seem strange because it's completely fuzzy, but I knew that once I played around with it, those fuzzy marks and all this white sort of dripping over the edge of the black, you see, compare the black, the lack of the silhouette here with the hardness of the silhouette here. But which one has most potential to be worked on and really give you an artistic finished photograph? And I would say it's the first one. So this one became this one. So and it's worked, because look, after I've worked on it afterwards, these black bits have become black again, but not totally. So look at this, the way the light is dripping through the black of the silhouette of the window echoes the fact that he's painting and that paint might drip onto the windows. So that's my my main claim for fame in this photograph. Also, as I've worked on the photograph, the saturation of the green has come up, but it's still extremely bright against this darkness. I've left some detail in here so that you can see the inside. You can also see the back of his t-shirt and the folds in his t-shirt. It's important to have these little details, otherwise it's just a silhouette. Because he's gone so fuzzy, look, the windows and the colours, the leaves are almost dripping into his hair, which is fantastic. You can see the side of his face slightly, his arms up, doing his job, reaching to paint that top bit there, which is important. I've framed it here with this echoed by this, and I've tilted it because I like tilting things. These are only angles, this and this and this, because I've tilted the camera. Otherwise they would be exactly the same as the frame and pretty boring as far as I'm concerned. I left this little bit of white in here to fill in this space. That tiny bit of white has actually got a black cross in it, which echoes some of the black crosses here, and in my opinion is a vital part. It's an example of a tiny but vital part of this composition. This black line here echoes the white line here. Anything else to say about this? No. So, if you want to see this picture in more detail, go to the blog, as I said, parissetmefree.blogspot.com. See you next time.
Depuis que je suis à Paris, le jour et la nuit, je suis gris. J'ai compris la douceur de vivre, je suis fou de joie, je suis ivre. Depuis que je suis à Paris.